It's a podcast from Steam Powered Giraffe. It's the Bennettarium. Oh, we're talking about Dynamite Sushi Roll, Steve Mccready's thingamajig on the Bennettarium.
Oh boy.
It's the Bennettarium. And we're starting right now. Ladies, gentlemen, envies, and beautiful creatures far and wide, welcome to the Bennettarium, the only podcast made by that obscure robot band that you listen to. Welcome, we got a special guest, but let's introduce the mainstays, starting over here on my far left.
Hi, my name's David Michael Bennett, and I play the spine in the band Steam Powered Giraffe.
Hey all, this is Chelsea Penyak. I am a Walter worker with Steam Powered Giraffe.
Hi, I'm Isabella Bunny Bennett, and I play
Rabbit from Steam Powered Giraffe.
And
Not
last
liking
but not
that. Stealing my thunder. Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have many jokes.
and last but not least, hi over here on the end. I am Steve Agretti. In the band Steam Powered Giraffe, I am the sound engineer.
So let's. You're watching the.
Was that
David
Checking
talking?
it.
Sounds just like David.
My volume.
Before we go any further, who's Steve Mccready? This is the first time on the
Yeah.
podcast for Steve Mccready.
Mccready.
Well, break. Let's give me a beat. Well, his name is Steve, and it rhymes with spaghetti.
No.
Wait, no, his last name rhymes with spaghetti. Damn it!
I'll give that a 6 out of 10.
Cool, thanks.
Generous. Yeah.
Yeah,
Steve
he's
does
joined
stuff.
us once or twice, right?
Nope.
I've never been on this podcast.
First timer.
Never been on this
So
podcast.
first time hearing that theme song, what do you think?
I think I've heard it once or twice before when you were like, "Hey, we're going to do this podcast theme for the podcast." I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of catchy."
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It's nice.
I kinda miss-
like the harmonies. I like the improvisation. I'm always a fan of the improvisation.
I kind of miss
Dynamite.
the Friends Are Friends. Man, that was a good
Oh.
video that we made. Friends are friends are friends are friends.
When Brian's here,
are
we usually have a
friends,
three-part
friends
harmony,
are friends.
and Mike usually plays like a ukulele or something.
I used to sing harmony, and then I slowly phased out because I was like, no, they'll just forget that I used to
Let the
sing the theme
professionals-
song with you.
Let the professionals embarrass themselves. Well, welcome to the podcast. It's been a month. It's a monthly podcast. Lots to talk about. But let's get started with your questions, your beautiful Patreon questions from patreon.com. Our patrons are always so lovely. They support us every month.
This is on the $10 tier, which is lovingly titled 10-gallon giraffe hat.
Yep.
We paid good money for these questions.
All right, without any further ado.
Yeah, let's get right
do
into it. Our first question comes from Hope. How often do you have to get your stage outfits cleaned?
After every show.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
see, I can throw most of mine in the washer just because I don't have any like solid. I don't know. Mine can go into the regular wash. I never had to dry clean anything.
Yeah.
Underwear, socks, I can put that in a regular washer.
The Walter worker
everything else,
dresses
never mind.
get dry cleaned
Yeah.
after every show.
But you only wear them for shows, so it kind of just
Yeah.
makes sense that after every show you wash them
You're
and
sweaty.
you don't wear them again until the next show.
Exactly.
Every once in a while, we'll have to do a few in a row, but usually we'll take, for me, I take an extra pair of pants or an extra dress shirt that I have for the spine, but usually the vest is all the same. And Brian, he only has the one costume, so if he has to do multiple
What about yours,
costumes-
Steve?
I just have a jumpsuit that's way old from the back in the day when we did the zoo gig, and it's lasted me this long, and I just throw it in the washer.
I
whenever
still
need to.
remember.
It's a simple jumpsuit.
We had it painstakingly emblemized with the Steam Powered Giraffe logo on the front and back, and then Steve threw it into the washing machine.
I didn't realize that I couldn't put it in the dryer, and so I threw it in the dryer, and the logo started just scraping off, and eventually I just went for it and
Sorry.
scraped the whole thing off.
You know.
So now it's just kind of a black jumpsuit with a faded
We could always
recollection
pay to
of
have it
Steam Powered Giraffe.
just make it look like a NASCAR thing. You have like Gigi's oil and like all these like crazy.
As long as I can throw it in the dryer, you can do whatever the heck you want. I'll
You just hang.
free
I don't dry my
advertisements.
costume. I hang it up.
Rotate for questions.
Okay,
or-
yeah, the next question is from AJ. This is a question for all three members of the band. All three. Not the other.
I'm gonna go over this way.
Other six.
They don't know who's on
I know,
the
I know.
podcast.
Yeah. When they're all next on the podcast, well, that's not. We can't.
We're just
We don't know
gonna-
when that's gonna. What do y'all think of the another cog in the machine in 25 different steampunk style video? Did you think the impressions of yourself and other steampunk artists were well done? Did you like it overall?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Did anybody see it? I didn't see
I'm
it.
sorry.
Wait, so no one knows what
It
they're
sounds
talking
really
I don't know
cool.
what-
Someone was like spoofing us. That sounds really neat.
So as you can tell, we review the questions before we
Sorry,
do our
guys.
podcast.
If they didn't have dreadlocks in the video,
I mean,
then
I
it's
guess
pointless.
we'd be flattered. I mean, now I got to go check it out.
Well, since we know them, I suppose. If it was just a random person, then we would never find it anyways. But I guess Cog is Dead does put out a lot of stuff, so it'd be. I guess. And I don't follow the YouTube on my YouTube, so if they did post it there,
25 cogs in the machine. Sorry, I have a strict minimum of 26 cogs or more before I watch a video.
I haven't heard anything about that, so they definitely.
Yeah,
they definitely
no.
didn't ask for permission. Not that they need
Not
to,
that they
but,
would. Yeah.
You want to read the next one?
or they didn't let us know. Basically, they didn't like say, "Hey, look, I did this video."
Oh. Robo asks, "What's everyone's favorite fruit juice? Mine is apple and mango." Thanks for the question, Robo.
So wait, Robo's is apple and mango.
Yes.
That sounds pretty good. Mangoes?
Like together or separate is the big question there.
Yeah.
You mix them together all the time? You refuse to have juice unless it's apple and mango mixed together?
I'm a big peach fan.
It's pretty
And
high
you
class.
can't find peach juice everywhere, but like when you do, it's like, oh, so good. So refreshing.
Grape juice is pretty good. I like grape juice, but I don't really.
Yeah, I don't really partake in
drink
juice.
I'm more of a
It's
water
not.
person.
Grapefruit or nothing. Grapefruit is far superior to any other juice
What-
on the market.
I would agree. I like grape juice.
What about-
Grapefruit.
What about those?
Grapefruit's the
I
best.
like those. The juices that are like mixed together. The green machine juices and or
Green
the-
juice is
or
okay.
the Bolt
Oh,
House.
guys.
If it's green, it's not juice.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of grapes.
That's Kool-Aid.
I,
That's
I
not
have
real
the
juice.
best
What?
juice. I have the best juice.
Okay.
Kale, spinach, apple.
Ugh,
Sorry.
That's not juice. That's plant fibers ground down into a paste.
Capri Sun.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little bit of
It's
nostalgia.
even better than Sunny D or even better than the purple stuff.
No, Slimer's Ecto Cooler from the 1980s and 90s.
Ooh, I grew up on that. That
Well,
is a strong
how many
contender.
Ghostbuster films were there?
It's
in
not
the
really
90s?
juice though, so
It's just sugar water.
so good. Give me some of that Ecto Cooler.
Or maybe Capri Sun's like someone's there's like, no, it's real fruit juice. We've changed.
We put it on the box, 100%.
I'll read the next one. This question is from Kelsey. Will Vice Squadron ever be followed up on a future album or song?
You didn't let Steve read.
That's
Oh
cool.
yeah, sorry. Or is it just continued in comic form? The little bit with the Necronaut at the end of Quintessential is such a cliffhanger.
No, yeah, we're going to be teasing it for the next 10 albums.
Yeah, I mean,
There's just going to be a little thing on every
I'm
album.
sure we'll do something more with it, but it's just like,
It's a concept album.
yeah, like it's not
we're
like
gonna
we,
do it
it's
for
not like we
everything.
don't have, we definitely have like, the ideas are in existence, but we're not going to share them. We're not going to just discuss them because it would be so far out. And yeah, so I mean, it's marinating. I think we adore the album. It was a lot of fun to work on.
If I think it would be stupid of us to put out another Vice Quadrant so soon.
Yeah, right now. I mean, but yeah, I think the story it'll probably be continued in the future somehow, but we'll see.
We also don't want people to think that that's what we're doing forever is like these concept albums that are kind of a niche, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already niche enough. I say niche.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. That's awesome.
I definitely want Steve to read this one.
Okay.
Lay it on me. Where are we at? Let's see. We just did the
How
Vice
about-
Quadrant. There it is. Okay. The one you highlighted,
Yeah.
I'm guessing? Yes. This question comes from Abby. You've won the Wheel of Fortune. Hooray! Do you take home the macrame plant holder in the shape of Elvis, an autobiographed copy of Dr. Seuss's Seven Lady Godivas, or a crystal ball that will loudly inform you of the meal you should have ordered instead of the one you chose?
Crystal ball.
Yeah, it's the only magical item there. The others, like we could recreate those ourselves.
Crystal ball all the way. I'm in it for the crystal
I'm also
ball.
not sentimental to things that are autographed. Is that what the Dr. Seuss book was, or is that just a joke?
Did
I
it
can't
say
remember.
it was autographed or autobiographed?
Autobiographed.
So
I think they may have meant autographed, but it autocorrect
Because I was like, is
autobiographed.
this an autobiography from Dr.
Autobiographed.
Seuss?
Maybe that's a completely unknown
So we
genre
could
to
just
the
go-
world.
Is the
go
crystal
buy
ball
it.
like a machine? Because if it's magic, that's what I want.
I'm taking the Dr. Seuss.
Maybe that would be worth something.
This is one of those lunch machine questions that we never asked.
Yeah.
Oh, the lunch machine. We've never asked Steve the lunch machine
It's
question.
been about 2 years since we've had that on the podcast.
Dr. Seuss is a prominent
Okay,
figure.
that'll be the last question that we'll give the question to Steve, the lunch machine. Everyone has to answer the lunch machine question.
yeah.
We have a whole podcast called The Lunch Machine.
All right.
Yeah. Next question.
Yes.
This one's for Bunny. Have your goggles ever broken from your hat falling? Oh, wait. Okay. Have your goggles ever broken from your hat falling off during the honeybee bit?
Isn't that funny that those goggles are the original goggles that I wore and they're still in perfect condition. I don't
Oh,
understand.
that question was from Rachel. By the way.
I don't understand how they have survived this long,
Well,
but no.
I think they're plastic, so
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
I've definitely
They're
like at
pretty
one
light.
point I think because it used to like the telescoping lens used to come out, but I think that cracked early in the day when we were on the streets, and I just glued it together so it doesn't move. But no, yeah, it falls, and I for a time I switched to metal goggles, but they were so heavy that we got rid of those real fast.
yeah, comfort is king.
Yeah, no, they're pretty resilient. If they ever break, then I'll never be able to find another pair like that.
Comfort is queen. Comfort is royalty. There we go.
What'd you say?
Said king.
Oh.
Trying to be inclusive.
Comfort is.
Comfort is good.
Bridget asks, if you had the opportunity to study the best minds and facilities at no cost to yourself and without any detriment to your current work, what would you study? The only restriction is that it cannot have anything to do with your current work/incomes. Must be something completely different.
That's actually a pretty
Space travel.
So basically, you have to change. Your interests have to change. You can't like music anymore. So an alternate version of
Astrophysics.
ourselves.
Astrophysics.
I don't know what I'd be
Sure.
good at.
Travel.
I
Or
think-
possibly maglev. Oh, maglev.
I think
choose
space travel.
maglev.
I'm really only into art, so I don't know what.
I want to create hyperdrive.
I want to
That's
know how
what
to
I do.
maglev things and zip across the surface of the earth at blinding
Can I be
speed.
can I be like a wizard or something?
So we want to be engineers or space engineers or something like that.
a new colonist on Mars. Just get away from it all.
Go-Go is my favorite
Start
character.
fresh.
in
Earth had a
Big
good
Hero
run.
6. Get those skates. Shoo,
you go.
maglev skates.
Isn't he the guy with dreads? No, just.
Who's next?
Whoever wants these both of these next questions are for Bunny.
Oh gosh, I'm popular.
I'm gonna go over here for the rest of the
We got a lunch machine.
You were
question.
coming.
Nix asks, as a trans woman who hasn't fully socially transitioned yet, I hear Bunny's post-transition singing voice, and it gives me hope that I won't have to give up on my singing after I do vocal feminization training. Aw. What I want to know is how hard was it to get comfortable singing in your new voice? How awkward was it in the beginning? And how does that compare to how it is now? It's a good question. Yeah, it was awkward. I mean, I remember the first day that was on the Queen Mary. That was like our first show. I didn't try to
That was in
change.
Long Beach. Just
Yeah,
so
I didn't try to change my voice at all because how could I? We hadn't practiced anything, and I'd only barely begun. I didn't really start vocal training until 2014. So like for a while, it was definitely awkward, especially with the costumes and stuff. Like there's some stuff I liked, but it was like second puberty. It's like it was a little cringy, awkward, but we just had to do it, And now, like, honestly, my voice is as much as I lightened it. There was a time when a couple years ago where I was trying to get really high, like really into a range that I just wasn't really comfortable with, and that with the vocal training that helped increase my range. So now I'm like still pretty similar to David, but I've lost a lot of my deeper range, and now I sit more in like a mid. I have like a good mid range that the band, well, currently lacks because you guys are both basses. It's nice to have just slightly higher, but not as high as Sam. So it fits really well. I'm pretty happy with it. Like I don't have to think about talking higher or anything anymore or singing. It doesn't really bug me anymore. Like if I want to sing deep, I'll sing deep. If I want to sing higher, I'll sing higher. But yeah. Good luck to you.
Our last question. How about Steve read it?
Last question. This is from Kindy. Hi, Kindy. I know who you are. Thanks for joining us. Isabella, will you ever bring out the song that inspired your name?
Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, gosh, I must have mentioned it somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I was writing a song that just had the word name Isabella in it, but it wasn't anything, like, special. It was just a song that never got off the ground. But maybe. I really like the theme of that one. So who knows?
Is that one of your, like, a song that's just, like, in the repertoire of, like, melodies and lyrics but just isn't finished?
Yeah. I mean, I wrote it, like, in 2006 or 7, so, like... And it's probably a little awkward now. Like, if I went back, I'd be like, I would change all this.
I mean, I think we all kind of have songs that, like, we just kind of, we take with us until, and then we're like,
Yeah.
and then eventually maybe someday
I
you
can't
find
remember
something
what
for
it was about. I don't know what it is. I'm like going through the lyrics in my mind, but I don't remember what it's about.
So, lunch machine question for Steve?
Lunch machine.
Okay, yeah.
Well, when I choose the lunch machine, I pick usually the ham sandwich. I don't like Swiss cheese, though, so if it's got Swiss cheese...
That's
Yeah,
not
you
what the
can't-
lunch
you
machine
can't
is.
take it off? You can't take
So
it
the
off?
lunch machine is a specific device that allows you to have one lunch for what, an hour? Was it?
I don't think that was ever established.
One afternoon, and when you
Well, that's the problem with the lunch
any
machine in general.
Here's the
There's
thing.
a lot of questions.
Okay, so it has the ability, you can have lunch with any person in history at any point in time, wherever you want, pretty much. But once you're done with your meal, it goes back. So those are the established rules.
Well, okay.
What person in history would you want to have lunch with?
What do you mean it goes back?
It goes back to your regular time.
I think it's important to point out that this started as a question someone asked about if you had a time machine and you could go back and have lunch with anyone
we
in
just had so
history,
many
who would it be?
questions.
And these two could not get past the they didn't understand the question because there wasn't enough context, so it became a lunch machine.
Yeah,
instead
so
of
it's
a
like
time
it's like an
machine.
elevator with
anyway.
a table in the middle, and there's like a little dish thing that you open. And you're like, there's the meal.
So the name of the game is there's a lot of questions.
So what do you want to eat with this person as well?
Am I choosing what I'm eating or am I choosing
Both.
who I'm eating?
Both.
Okay. It's lunch. So what's good for lunch? I'm gonna have ramen
Man, I'm
for
hungry
lunch
now.
because I do love ramen. I'm a connoisseur of
Everyone
ramen.
write that down.
I've been to the San Diego Ramen Festival, which is a annual convention here.
How many times have you gone?
Once, and it was great.
Not really a big ramen fan. I
I'm a
see.
big ramen fan. I have ramen for lunch. I would have ramen for lunch in the lunch machine scenario with,
Holy crap,
let's
I want ramen
say,
Mayor Mick Ramen.
let's say, I'm gonna say it's.
Does it have to be a real person?
It's.
So you can't have
Established.
you can't have lunch with your
Established.
skater guy with dreadlocks
Is
from
it,
Big Hero
is,
6.
is it a singular person, or can
Yes.
you pick like?
Also- one person.
Not established.
One
But-
soul
Okay,
can
one person.
What
only
if they're a
two-
conjoined
only-
twin?
Okay,
Only two souls can go through the machine.
then I'm
I'm
Don't.
gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna answer this question kind of lame. I'm gonna have ramen with lunch. I'm gonna have ramen for lunch with my brother because I never see my brother because he lives in Japan. So that's
wow.
why I'm going to have lunch with my bro.
Well,
That is a good
That's
answer.
very
one.
pure. Well,
Yeah, we all said like Abraham Lincoln.
I was like on a poker. What do you call it? One of those poker boats, ferries. What are they called?
What, a steamboat?
Steamboat poker boats.
We have a song about it.
Yeah.
Well, we
Poker
can,
boat
we can
shenanigans.
finally add Steve's answer to the archives.
I'm just
Lunch
saying,
machine
mine
archive.
was like what, Mark Twain on one of those steamboats, and we have like little
Why
watercress
Mark Twain?
sandwiches.
I think
Because it's the most generic answer for that question.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
everyone knows who Mark Twain is. So
I don't really want to meet. He would be
No.
like, lunch machine. What is this? No!
But would he understand? Does he understand that? Does the person you're going with understand the concept of the lunch machine? Or are they just like, where am I? Why am I on this boat now eating lunch with you?
I don't think they ask this question to hear the answer of the person who's being asked. I think they ask this question just so they can keep talking about the questions.
It's been like
Yes.
2 years since we talked about.
I think
this.
the lunch machine. It's like you have a setup. You have a week for it to figure it out, and the lunch machine transports to their time. Like comes to them in the middle of the bed, in the middle of the night, and like Abraham Lincoln, you gotta come with me. I'm a lunch machine.
I don't know. I think it kind of like just teleports them. You have to spend at least 30
So
or an
it's-
hour to just calming
I
them
had
down.
a serious answer too, but it was buried.
So
it
it's
was
an-
completely buried.
It's a Avengers Endgame type of thing where spoilers if you haven't seen it. It's too bad. It's bad.
I don't care.
It's a Doctor Strange moment where he explains it into a magical void, and then comes back at the end so everyone can have a cool scene fighting Thanos.
He explains it in a magical void.
You know, like, because Spider-Man's like, spoilers, Steve. Everything went black, and then Doctor Strange was there, and they don't really elaborate, but I'm assuming he was in like some. They were held there until the time caught up to, time travel.
Cool.
I didn't get any of that from the movie.
What Spider-Man says, Tom Holland. He's like everything went black, and then they're explaining what happened.
But they weren't there for the time didn't pass for them there.
This is what happens when the lunch machine is brought up.
But Doctor Strange brought everyone in at a specific time.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
what
because
happened-
Doctor Strange is really powerful.
Yeah, but there was like 5 years went by, so
yeah.
for them it was like an instant. That's what he was saying.
Okay,
so that's
well,
what I'm saying. So they already know. They came in. They weren't like, "Where are we? We have to fight Thanos." They were like, they came in like ready to fight.
I wonder how. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Abraham Lincoln's coming in ready to fight.
But then how did he do that? Like in the amount of time that.
Magic. Who
But
cares?
that's the
They
thing.
can
Like
explain
it wasn't that long when. Oh, anyways.
Go back to the podcast we.
So anyway, we got a
Thank you for
we've
those
got
questions.
a show coming up. Okay, yeah, thank
Wait,
you. Everyone.
Thank you for the lunch machine question. Whoever gave that to us 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah.
whoever they are. So memorable.
Well, thank you for the other questions too.
Paid
Next
good
up,
money for all those questions.
We have to talk about upcoming Steam Power Draft stuff.
August 3rd, Saturday.
Hey, home turf show for me. Wait,
We're in La
August
Jolla,
3rd.
Yeah.
La Jolla, California. Actually, if you want to grab that poster, Steve, at the top there under that thing that you shouldn't mention because it's a secret. Nope.
No,
There.
no.
Nope.
Down.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So just for you Patreon patrons, you can see this poster again.
This is really exciting for everyone listening to the audio. Steve is shoving a poster in the camera.
So La Jolla, California.
It's been about 4 years since we've been to La Jolla, I think. Something like that.
We did something in the La Jolla Playhouse.
Yeah.
Last show was at the La Jolla Playhouse, which I don't speak of anymore because of personal reasons. But we are going to be performing in La Jolla on the campus of University of California, San Diego, my home turf. That's where I work. We are going to be in the Mandeville Auditorium, which is a very, very nice theater that just got remodeled.
Cool.
Yeah,
and
new
it's going to be a
theater for
fun
us.
time. It's going to be home turf for me, so it's going to be super easy loading in and out.
Pretty big theater too. Holds about 700 and some odd people,
It's
almost
a
800.
beautiful campus. It is a very large theater, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. We're
We're going to have an autograph session afterwards.
We've got VIPs for this show, and we're
We got
filming it too.
VIPs. We're filming it.
This is a big deal because usually we only do one show a year in San Diego, but we decided to do 2 this year.
And also, we're doing that checkbox of having a digital concert every year, which is nice for you folks who can't, always see us in person. You can keep up with us via our shows
Yeah, and
Live
tickets
shows.
are on sale now for this show.
and digital tickets too.
Yep.
And if you're a Patreon patron at the $20 plus tier, lovingly named 20 Giraffe Minutes of Giraffe Fame, you'll get access to that concert as well as every other concert video we've ever had,
Yeah.
including the free ones. That
So
are
even
music.
if you can't attend, you can still get it. And yeah, you guys will probably. Are we gonna have like were we thinking about doing a live event where we'll just like play the concert, stream it?
Like a premiere of the concert
Yeah,
online?
like a premiere on YouTube or something.
This specific one,
Yeah.
we haven't done that with any of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
I think people are still waiting for us to do that with the
Sorry.
10-year show.
I think there is.
I did talk about that, but
Whoops.
we were talking about the 10-year show.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
10-year show. Was
Didn't
that
mean,
2
didn't
years
mean to
ago?
get people's hopes up. But
That was
yeah,
last January,
get the
year and a half.
But with a 10-year thing, it's not like it would be free on YouTube because obviously we have how many people
sure.
on that show that are relying on income from that?
Yeah.
So,
Okay. No. Sorry.
so
but
if we
I
did-
just meant
if we did do something like that, it would be like a one-time thing where people could just
Yeah.
tune in and watch it, and then
Well,
it wouldn't
anyway,
go up anywhere.
it's available for pre-order. Purchase your digital ticket if you can't make it. That'll help us out a lot.
And what else? We got vinyl records. We already finished doing the test pressings and approving them, so they're in manufacturing. So if you've ordered one, probably coming around September at the earliest, maybe August. It's hard to say with vinyl records.
And
I'm
we-
out of the loop. Which album is it?
This is 2 cent show.
2 Cent Show.
So our most popular one. We got enough.
Dave
pre-orders.
and I worked on the art, trying to make it look similar to that. We used the same the assets from that album to make the new vinyl one. So
Yeah, because with vinyl, we're like, we have to make it bigger, and at the time we didn't make the.
and is
art
it
that big.
gold records?
Yeah, so they're the same. They're going to be look the same as SteamWorld Heist ones, just because any other color just wouldn't. It's the one that makes the most sense for that
Yeah.
album.
Huh. Cent.
And it's a 2-disc out.
Two.
4 discs. No,
4 discs.
2 discs.
Four, but
4 sides.
multiple sides. Yeah. So it's a big one.
Wow. Yours for
Um,
the low, low price of $399.
It's not going to stay around forever because these things are expensive. So please get yours before.
Yeah, as you
like
can
it's not going to be a mainstay. No way.
We'll,
Like
we'll have a few extras, so if you pre-order now, we'll cut it off if we ever run out.
Yeah.
But, we'll probably have like a few dozen.
But if
after
you
we
want this
ship off
item,
the
it's an
pre-orders.
exclusive, and you gotta jump on it. Are we able to talk about the other August show?
Yeah.
The one after the
Starts with a
La
D?
Jolla show.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that last
Oh yeah,
time.
so
I was
we
like,
will be
what?
attending Dragon Con again. So looking forward to that in Atlanta,
We
Georgia.
mentioned it last month.
I don't have the days, but it's an earlier show, so it's not a 1 a.m. show. It's a very reasonable like 9 or 8 p.m. I can't remember.
Yeah, we'll be there from August 30th to September 1st.
What does it say? Does it say
Cool.
anything? Oh, you don't have the public one. Never mind.
Oh, sorry.
This is the
Yeah.
first time Steve will be at Dragon Con. The last time that the band went, I
2
was
years
in
ago?
Japan
Yeah.
visiting my brother. Hey, throwback to
Yeah.
earlier in the show.
Yeah.
And I was unable to attend, so I threw my friend and coworker and greenhorn to Steam Power Giraffe, Mike, into the mix, and he had a traumatic time, and I feel bad for throwing him in there. But I'm going to be there this time, and hopefully it won't be a bit of a catastrophe.
So this is it's all the information that we have publicly right now is that our concert will be Friday night, August 30th. The time is sometime after 6 p.m.
Yes.
But it's definitely before midnight.
Yeah.
I feel like Check it out. Follow the details.
Dragon Con's always a blast. There's so many costumes, so many celebrities, it's great. So
It's big.
Come on down.
And we'll be there pretty much every day, I think, except Sunday and Monday.
Yeah,
maybe.
so come by. We have a panel. We'll be selling merch, and you can get some swag and.
Well, we don't know if we have
shake
a
our
panel
hands.
yet,
Oh, I thought we did. Never mind.
they
Sorry.
invite you for a panel. We'll see.
Okay,
that.
we'll see. We'll see if they have a panel, but we'll be there on the floor. You can come by and get some merch. Get some
And of course, we're going to Anime
pictures.
West in a few days.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
Anime
yeah,
West.
next week.
Of course.
We
End-
already talked about that.
we end with that
last
one,
week.
but that is our
mean,
next.
last
That's our next
yeah.
concert. So
Anime Midwest, like 6 years strong there, something like that.
yeah, we've
It's a
been
long
doing it for a
time.
while. So yeah, join us.
Hey, that Bakersfield show that hasn't been officially announced. I think we put the day
There we
on
go.
Facebook, but we
Hey.
haven't. We don't have a. We're making a poster up.
We
for
have
them.
4 whole
Yeah.
shows, guys.
We don't have like an official announcement for that one yet.
We said we would
but-
get back to him with a poster in July. So
Yeah.
after we got back from.
Yeah.
But that's
Midwest.
our annual You'll Miss holiday show.
That's on December 7th, and it's the 7th year we've been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a big one. I still
Nice.
like that.
All right, so that's our upcoming
I'll be sure
shows.
to for the art. I'll make the 7 deadly sins. No, I'm just-
And now, special guest, we have Sonic the Hedgehog walking in. He didn't look too good last time we saw him.
why are we doing this? I don't remember anything about the character. What does he sound like? Remember? Fine.
Let's eat some chili dogs. Gotta go fast. Where
Now,
are my slick kicks?
Sonic, as you're coming up, walking here, what you didn't?
Oh,
you
he
you
just
haven't been
passed
looking
by.
too good. What happened?
Well, guys, I've been trying to get into shape for the new movie, but they're just gonna I guess they're sieging me out with. They said I just don't look the part. They must be my sexy dancer legs. It's just rough, when you genetically engineer your hands to fuse in with the gloves. they added skin and bone to my cycloptic eye.
Yeah, I was
it
gonna
really
say.
hurt. I mean, we filmed, but a lot of it was already CG'd out because I was bleeding so much, and surgeries were so extensive, and they had to redo them because I gotta go so fast.
It's horrible.
Yeah, so that didn't work out for me too
So
well.
you're a little out of breath for being the fastest thing alive.
I mean, they had to. Yeah, have you seen how small my torso is? There's not a lot of lung capacity to begin with, but after all the surgeries, it's just been. I don't eat too many chili dogs these days because sometimes it goes down the wrong pipe and you're breathing.
How many pipes do you
hot
have?
chili dogs. So yeah, I'm not in the movie anymore.
So how's your just had Sonic Team Racing come out, but then Crash Bandicoot Racing just came out, and it's totally blown you out of the water with that. Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot.
I don't know
Nitro
anything about
Fury.
that, but
You're in the game.
we're in it to win it. I'm in Crash Bandicoot Beam Racing.
You're certainly not in Crash Team Racing.
Oh God.
The superior kart racing.
I just wanted to let you know that our game has. I think this is finally. People everywhere will be getting out their tissues because Rouge the Bat is back, and she's really hot.
I don't follow you on this.
Rouge the Bat is a white bat that.
No, you don't have to explain it. I'm just not attracted to cartoon characters.
Well, okay. You don't have to throw that out here. Look, I know I'm not nothing to look at these days. Oh, excuse me. Got a little blood. What was I saying?
You're actually just leaving. There's a door.
Wait, where's my payment?
Where'd he go? Wow, he's so fast.
Sonic. Wow, in person. And why didn't you guys wait for me to get back from the bathroom?
You didn't even announce you were leaving.
I don't.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Do I need the podcasters to know that I'm taking a...
No.
Okay.
But now we have a special guest.
So we're halfway through.
In addition to Sonic the Hedgehog and Steve Negretti. Steve Negretti, Quizmaster.
Steven.
So, hi everybody. My name's Steve Negretti. I am the sound engineer for Steam Powered Giraffe, and I have also got a side project that I have started developing. I have the summers off because I work at a university, and so this summer I decided I love Dungeons and Dragons, the quintessential tabletop role-playing game, and so I am friends with a couple of big streamers on Twitch, and I decided to get into the Twitch streaming game, and I have started live streaming Dungeons and Dragons sessions with a group of incredibly awesome, talented, imaginative individuals, and I have made it a huge production. It is a live-streamed event that is recorded and then put on YouTube. It has 7 separate camera angles that are switching dynamically throughout the entire game. Everybody has their own individual mic. There is a theatrical sound and lighting system played back with my software of choice QLab, so it has sound cues, it has light cues, it has a custom-built digital gaming table with a 55-inch screen in it where I throw up the digital maps. It's a tour de force. There are dogs in the room because dogs are awesome. And so I've put this together and have been having a grand old time. We've done 2 sessions so far, which are currently live on YouTube. The name of the project is Dynamite D&D. There's a story behind that, but you'll have to come and watch the channel if you want to hear that backstory. But it's a whole lot of fun. The group members are me, the Dungeon Master. Of Steam Power Draft fame, Sam Luke is one of my players. Our good friend Curly, who is a big Twitch streamer, he has his own channel. Former Walter Worker Page is a player in the game, and Sam's sister Erin is our last player in the game. So
cool.
4 players, 1 Dungeon Master, 8 camera shots, a whole lot of fun.
I mean, I have a question for
Yes.
this. What system are you using?
What system? Oh, we're doing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition.
Yeah.
The most recent Dungeons & Dragons
The best
system.
one, I think.
It is, to this date, yes, the best D&D system out there so far. Who knows if they'll make another one after this or if they'll just hang up the hat and say, that's it, and we're done.
Cool.
We got it right, finally.
How can people check this out?
People can check this out in a multitude of ways. The Twitch channel is twitch.tv/dynamitednd. That is the word dynamite and then the letters DND. We have a Twitch. I broke my vow of silence and I actually made a Twitter account. That's how serious I am.
Sweet.
The Twitter account is twitter.com/dynamitednd. The Instagram that I made, again, I have an Instagram as well as a Twitter, instagram.com/dynamitednd. And then there's also a Patreon if you like what you see and you can support, patreon.com/dynamitednd. Fantastic. Are we gonna talk about what just happened, or are we just gonna steamroll over it?
Oh, I never hit record for.
We
the
don't
audio.
have any of this.
Guess what?
No. We've done this before. I take the audio from the
Okay,
video
good.
and I put it in the audio. It's just the audio.
Funny
is
story. The
obviously-
same thing happened to me on my first D&D stream where I forgot to hit the record button. So the very first video on YouTube has just like a paragraph of text where I'm explaining, Steve forgot to hit the record button. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't pull it off of YouTube, but
This will all still be in the
It'll all
podcast.
still be up.
Yeah, well, it happened one time before. I don't know, a year ago.
Cool. So
yeah, tune
live
in.
D&D.
It's a whole lot of fun. And as a special bonus to this stream, since I'm deep in the paint of the Dynamite D inside of the world, I have a trivia game prepared for our podcast hosts here.
Ooh.
This D&D trivia game is called D&D or Falsity. The aim of the game is that I have a list of D&D monsters. I'm going to describe a monster to our podcast hosts here, and they are going to guess if it is actually a true monster from the rules of Dungeons and Dragons, or if Steve just made it up for the purpose of this
boy.
game.
Right.
Now, Steve, I've dungeon mastered before, and I've perused the monster manual a few times.
So you may have an advantage in this game. We'll
But
see.
I also might not because I don't.
And
remember
I
many
recently
things.
visited Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry at Universal Studios Hollywood, so I'm pretty sure I know all about the Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
The way this is going to work is that I've given true false cards to each individual because it's kind of an unfair advantage if one person answers first and then the others follow, because then they're like, oh well, they said true, so maybe it's actually true. So we're going to hold your answers. You can try and convince each other which is which, but hold your answers until I ask for the reveal.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
so we have to actually.
And I know close to nothing about D&D.
So we're not supposed to
monsters, so
say
this will
like
be
I'm going to say
interesting.
we're supposed to
Again,
not
you
say,
can discuss it, but
Okay.
don't actually lock in your answer out loud.
Okay.
Are we? Is it a team effort or
This is a competition.
And
Oh
I'm
my
keeping
God.
We should
score.
definitely be like
then why are we talking to
right?
each other?
I'm keeping score.
We have to.
It's a
talk.
mind
I'd be like sounds like a real
This
one.
is a podcast, so
Okay, go ahead,
we
go ahead.
definitely
Let's
have
do
to,
this.
Like, talk
Okay,
to
so
each
the way
other,
this
right?
works, if you get it right, you get a point. If you don't get it right, you get no points. There is a bonus double Jeopardy round in the middle where you can wager up to half of your points. And then at the very end, there's another double Jeopardy round where you can wager up to your total amount of points.
Okay.
So it's important to actually rack up points. All right, and to discourage any game theory, I am going to roll for each true or false monster. I don't have the list pre-generated in my head. I'm going to roll to see which one I give you if it's actually true or false. So here we go. We're going to start out. Okay, the first monster I'm going to turn away so you can't see. The first monster is called an Intellect Devourer. It is a walking brain with 4 legs. It feeds on your brains and takes over your body. You have a few seconds to discuss or try and trick each other before I ask for your answers.
I don't know.
David does know.
I don't know.
A walking brain. It sounds like
Are
something
you-
that could be.
Could be
Are
one
you
of the,
acting?
could be one of the new ones. Could be one of the supplements. Could have put one of those in.
Maybe.
Or maybe he's just trying to throw us off because he already knows.
Wait, what do we win at the end of this?
Well, I feel like
Prestige, bragging
I
rights.
feel like if he's so certain, he wouldn't be so certain it's not true because
Why are you
there's so many,
deciphering me? Like
There's
I
so
know
many
anything.
supplements that come out every month.
David,
You know.
your suspicious behavior has made me change my answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, we're going to wrap up the discussion, lock your final choices, and in 3, 2, 1, reveal. We have a false from Bunny, a true from Chelsea, and a false from David. The Intellect Devourer is, in fact, a true Dungeons & Dragons master. Chelsea gains
This is the
1
last time
point.
I listened to David. He doesn't know nothing.
Next question, rolling for
Well,
if it's-
I've either heard of it or I haven't, and I'm like,
Thank
so
you
either
for
way,
making me win.
either way they
Next.
could.
The next monster is called a Dark Mantle. It is a
Ooh.
creature that clings to cave ceilings, passing itself off as a stalactite or lump of stone. It drops on unsuspecting adventurers, crushing them and enshrouding them in magical darkness. A Dark Mantle. True or false? Discuss for a few
Okay.
moments.
Could be. Could be a new one.
I'm trying to imagine the artwork for this because like every monster has a piece of art, right?
All I'm saying
So
is,
it could be this. Like I think I saw something like that, but
all I'm saying
maybe-
is, I bought a figure for Steve that it just fits this monster description. It certainly wasn't called that.
Oh yeah, that's what I must be remembering.
But you know what? What's David know?
And wrapping up the discussion, we are locking in your answers. Locking in. And in 3, 2, 1, reveal. We have a true from Bunny, a false from Chelsea, and a false from David. The Dark Mantle is, in fact, a real Dungeons & Dragons monster. Bunny gains 1 point. The score is Bunny 1, Chelsea 1, David 0. Next question on the list.
I
Told
couldn't
ya.
imagine
Hagrid's
something
magical
deep.
D&D or false.
okay. So I'm ready.
That's not in Universal.
This one
Studio.
is called an owl bear. An owl bear is a cross between.
Come on, that's true.
An
Yeah, skip
owl
this one, skip
and
this
a
one.
bear.
Everyone knows it's
with
true.
a reputation
Everyone
for
knows it's
ferocity,
true.
aggression, stubbornness, and sheer
Owl bear's
temper.
been in
one of the
all
most
of-
feared predators in the Feywild.
Albin-
Don't let him
owlbear.
trick you, Chelsea. It's true. I love the owl bear.
Can we just? Can
I
we
always
just?
have to put the owl bear in.
The owlbear is the only thing I know about D&D.
1 point for everybody.
the Moonkin.
That was
Legit-
question 3.
I think everyone knows Bugbear. Owl.
Yeah, Bugbear,
I've heard of
Owlbear.
owlbear and bugbear.
Devourer.
Okay,
What's
okay.
the one with the Beholder?
Beholder.
Look, okay. I'm
Next
ready.
question.
Except the Devourer that I said it was false.
What?
Next monster is called a dragon dog. A dog-sized reptile capable of spewing an elemental breath weapon. Only chromatic dragon dogs exist, as metallic dragons would never allow such an insult to their race.
I mean, it's very,
The dragon
very
dog.
plausible.
That sounds
He hasn't
fake.
made up a single one yet. So
This
I'm just
sounds
saying.
good. I mean,
I've been
it's-
rolling. I've
that's
been
the thing,
rolling.
like-
You can't judge that.
Okay,
it's game
I'll-
theory.
I trust
I'm just
Steve. Like,
saying it.
it's believable, but no. Oh, whoops, sorry.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
I'm
Wrapping
so
up,
sorry.
and in 3, 2, 1, reveal.
That's false.
We have 3 falses. That is indeed a false monster.
I'm just saying, even
Point
if he was not
for
intending to
everyone.
do that, statistically, there's going to be a false one eventually. So if you just get doing false,
Next monster is called a Galumph. A Galumph is a relative to the highly intelligent Flumph. The Galumph is a non-intelligent, green-colored flumph that uses its stinging tentacles to inject a paralyzing toxin.
This sounds like a Harry Potter.
Are you sure this isn't from the Wizarding World of J.K. Rowling? Because that's
Galumph.
a galumph.
because it sounds a little racist.
It sounds so stupid that it wants to be false, but I think it's actually true. It's probably just like someone was like, this will be a great monster for our new
Am I winning?
expansion.
The current score is Chelsea 3, David 2, Bunny 3.
Right, I have my
Wrapping up your answers
Okay,
and
okay.
making your choice in 3, 2, 1, reveal.
True.
We have Bunny says true, Chelsea says true, David says false. The Galumph is, in fact, false. I made it up.
The first
So,
one that I
Bunny
Hi.
said true.
I
Chelsea and
said
David
true.
said false.
No, I said
Oh, sorry,
true.
Chelsea said true, yes. So that one was cunning because the Flumph is actually a true D&D monster, and I just spun off into
Damn.
the Galumph.
I didn't listen to my instincts.
I mean,
Changed
to be
it
fair,
last
none of these
minute.
monsters when I Dungeon Master, I always put simple monsters in because I don't like the complicated
I'm laughing
ones.
really hard at the audio.
I want skeletons.
The audio listeners won't know, but the owlbear question, Steve was still reading the question, and we all shoved the true in his face.
Next question. Next question is, next monster is called a Kulkukan. Kulkukan, which is the infernal name of snake devils. Kulkukan are disgusting serpents with hundreds of tiny vestigial appendages along the length of their bellies, most common in Dis, the second plane of the 9 hells.
I mean, gosh,
Kulkukan.
I want it to be real so bad.
Well, see, the problem with this is that Steve could change a syllable, and then that'd be like, nope, not the right monster.
I feel
You were
like my
thinking
opinion is
Albert,
being
not
swayed.
Albert.
I'm ready with my
Albert is
answer.
not a...
And locking in your answers and revealing in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We have true from Bunny, false from Chelsea, true from David. The Kulkukan is not a Dungeons and Dragons monster. Chelsea racks up a point.
I should have known from the hell. There's no hell in D&D.
Sure there is.
Kulkukan is actually a serpent god from, I believe, Aztec lore. Sorry if I'm wrong about that, but Kulkukan is definitely an actual god.
I thought it was actually
serpentine in nature.
like inspired, like oh, it's Quetzalcoatl. But no.
I mean, they do have some monsters that are like that.
Yeah.
But I have not read any
Next
of
monster
them.
is
I haven't heard of any of these.
the next monster is a corpse flower. A corpse flower. A flower that sprouts atop the grave of an evil necromancer or the remains of powerful undead. It grows to enormous size and pulls itself free from the earth, scavenging for humanoid corpses from battlefields and graveyards. Corpse flower.
That sounds like
Oh.
something I've read about. If not,
That sounds
it needs
badass.
to be. It needs to be true. So I'm gonna go with true because that's like.
Too bad it's not a democracy.
Corpse flower.
Get on it, D&D. If it's not real, it sounds like it is. Like if you need something corpsey, but you don't want a skeleton because you're not as boring as David. Why not try a corpse flower?
Oh, are you saying you don't want to fight skeletons?
I mean, they're all right.
I'm ready.
And we're locking in our answers, and we're revealing in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We have true from Bunny, true from Chelsea, false from David. The corpse flower is, in fact, real.
Yeah.
Corpse flower is real. Sorry, David.
I should just always say false. I would have got the last one right, too.
The current scores are Chelsea 6, David 3, Bunny 5.
Ooh.
Chelsea is in the lead. The novice to
It's
D&D.
neck and neck.
We are going.
I think the knowledge is actually hindering me.
we're gonna do one.
because now I'm like, what is Steve trying to pull?
We're gonna do one more regular question and then go into the double Jeopardy bonus round.
Yeah, I'm in the dark. I'm just like, oh, it sounds like that sounds interesting.
We're not
Maybe it's
masters.
real.
We're just guessing.
Okay.
The
lucky.
next
Okay, I'm ready.
monster is called a Dozer Mule. A Dozer Mule is a beast of burden native to the cultures living in the Underdark, such as Drow or Shatterkai.
Those are Dungeons and Dragons things.
The
Yeah.
Dozer Mule.
Ah.
The Dozer Mule has a bony ridge along the length of its long skull that allows it to break through forests of stalactites deep underground.
You know, it'd be easier
It
if,
sounds
like, if you-
believable, except for one thing. That's from Fraggle Rock. The Dozers are from Fraggle Rock.
The problem with these is that there's also all this stuff that is D&D in the description, so Steve could just be fabricating.
I
something
mean,
so well.
if someone actually threw
Yeah,
in the
it's about
Dozer,
knowledge.
what
of
if the
D&D?
creator of this creature was a big fan of Fraggle Rock?
That's what, yeah.
'Cause-
You know how many editions of
Plus,
D&D there are?
there's a Dozers kids show right now, and it's like, oh god, maybe it could be.
It could be a holdover from an old
No,
one.
I'm gonna. No,
And we're going to lock in our answers, and we're going to answer in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We've got false from Bunny, false from Chelsea, false from David. The
I'm with
Dozer
anything you
Mule
say.
is, in fact, false.
Yes!
Point for everybody. Hey.
You two were just helping me because I was going to say true.
Okay.
Damn it. Now we're just evenly tied. It's not
Now,
good.
the current scores are Chelsea 7, David 3, Bunny 6.
Why am I even here? There's no way I'm
We're
gonna
going
catch
to
up.
Double Jeopardy.
the double D&D bonus round. This is a multiple choice question, and you can wager up to half of your currently accumulated
I'm the
points.
only one else here that's done the dungeon mastering
If you
thing.
get the
Wait,
question
so
correct,
what, you just
double
deserve to
your
right? Or-
wager.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Okay, wait. What? If
Sorry,
we get it correct?
if you get the question correct, you add that amount of points onto your current score.
Oh.
If you get the question wrong, you lose those points.
I got nothing to lose.
So Chelsea has 7. So Chelsea, you can wager up to. We're gonna round up. You can wager up to 4 points. Chelsea. David has 3, so you're gonna wager up to 2.
So I can't win even if
Up to 2 points you can wager. Bunny has 6, so you can wager up to 3 points. So Chelsea, what is your wager?
Come on, let me wager
Multiple
3.
choice. I'm gonna read the monster and give you names, and then you're gonna choose a name.
I'm going to wager 3 points.
3 points for Chelsea. David, you can wager up to 2.
Why? Come on, I can't even win if I win.
Are you gonna wager 0? What are you gonna wager?
3?
You can up to 2.
Okay, fine. 2.
2
Stupid
points.
rules. Stupid rules.
And Bunny, you can wager up to 3.
Let's do it. 3.
3.
All in, man.
for everybody. Okay. The double D&D bonus round. A creature resembling a great cat with sleek blue
Wait, do I
black...
have to buzz in or something?
No, this is multiple choice. A creature resembling a great cat with sleek blue-black fur. It has 6 legs as well as 2 tentacles sprouting from its back, ending in pads tipped with spiky protrusions.
Final Fantasy character as well.
This creature is called, is it A, a grell, B, a displacer beast, C, a gelatinous cube, or D, an androsphinx?
Okay, it's not a gelatinous cube.
Wait, can we just shout it out, or do we all have to do it?
So this
You're going to
this
give me
is-
your individual answers.
So this is a real monster, and we're guessing.
This
the
is a
name.
real monster, and you're guessing the
What
name.
are the
Can
things
you
again?
repeat-
A, grell, B, displacer beast, C, gelatinous cube, D, androsphinx.
Oh my god, Androsphinx sounds like really good.
A, B, C, or D?
But then again, it could be a gelatinous cube.
So I just say my answer.
So I didn't prepare cards for this one, so yeah, we're just going to go through.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're going to start, since Chelsea's eager. Chelsea, what's your answer?
I'm gonna
A,
go
B,
with
C, or D?
B.
B for Chelsea, displacer beast. David, what's your answer? A, B, C? B?
B.
B, displacer beast for David. Bunny,
Sphinx.
D, androsphinx for Bunny. The correct answer for this monster is, in fact, B, displacer beast.
Damn it.
Displacer beast, a great cat
That's
that
not
can
what they're called in Final Fantasy.
bend
but-
light so that it looks as though it's
Oh.
displaced from
I've never
its
seen
current
that
But I
position.
definitely remember reading this one.
So Chelsea gets 3 additional points, bringing her up to 10.
Woo!
David gets 2 additional points, bringing him up to 5.
Wow.
Bunny,
this is bullshit.
Bunny loses 3 points,
we have
This
to
is
edit that out?
this is it
bringing her
bullshit?
down to 3.
Is that bullshit?
I'm just saying.
I just became
Why
the
couldn't
new-
I? It's all or nothing, Steve.
We're in the home stretch now. I've got a couple
Why
more
couldn't I
monsters.
do all or nothing?
A couple more monsters, then the final D&D round where they can
All right.
wager all their points should they so
This
desire.
is fun.
Yeah, when you're winning.
I was having fun until I became the new David.
The next monster on the list, back to the true-false list.
Okay.
The next monster is called a Flail Snail. A Flail Snail.
No.
A giant,
We're not doing that.
a giant snail with spiked mace-like tentacles growing out of its head. Its shell is highly prized for its magical properties. Flail Snail.
Oh,
God, I hope not.
love it. I love him, and I don't even know if he's real.
It sounds like it's real. I can almost see the art in my
Look,
mind. It's
I've only
so
said
real.
true for one of these.
It's so real.
Just saying.
It's probably real, but gosh, I mean, I don't know how. I haven't seen like a lot of the new.
Well, this one he
creatures.
didn't give any backstory that said anything about Dungeons and
So
Dragons.
it sounds like maybe he's just taking it right from the description.
But other ones he did put up
You're
some
right, so-
stuff in, and sometimes they do put that in there. So this one could just be.
And we're going to wrap up the discussion, locking in your answers, revealing your answers in 3, 2, 1, reveal. We have a true from Bunny, true from Chelsea, false from David. The
Yeah,
Flail,
everything's false.
Flail Snail is, in fact, a real monster.
Chelsea,
Chelsea and Bunny get a point. David does not.
my strategy going in was like, if I just say false, I'll
Wait,
at least
what am
get
I
half
at now?
Right.
Bunny is at 4, Chelsea is at 11, David is at 5.
I'm catching up. I'm catching up to you.
Next monster on the list is called a Gorgon. A Gorgon is a large bull covered in heavy iron plates. It spews a putrid green vapor from its nostrils that can petrify unfortunate heroes.
So they
Gorgon.
took the regular Gorgon and made it a bull. I don't.
Seems like a trick one.
I'm gonna say this is like an easy one that he gave out just to make people feel better about themselves. So I'm gonna say I know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, me too.
Locking in your
I'm gonna
answers.
tell you.
Locking in your answers and revealing in 3, 2, 1, reveal. We have a false from Bunny, false from Chelsea, false from David. The Gorgon, a bull covered in iron plates, actually a real monster.
That's
That is no. A Gorgon is a freaking
Look it up. D&D Monster Manual, 5th edition. Gorgon.
dumb. That is.
Wow.
We already know what a Gorgon is.
I love that one. All right.
I hate when we talk about it and we're certain what we know, and then
Have you noticed I've talked the least and I'm winning?
yeah, because you have 50% chance of getting it right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we not supposed to
Hey,
talk on our podcast?
I'm using my knowledge about mythical creatures to determine whether D&D made
Yeah,
up.
oh,
Next
what
up
were we
is-
doing then?
Tell us your winning strategy, Chelsea. Must be so great in the limelight.
Next up, the next monster is called a Stench Cow. Stench Cow, spelled K-O-W. Stench Cow, which is a misshapen bison that is orange and green in color. They emit a foul stench to ward off attackers. Stench cow.
I don't know. That sounds like something out of the Star Wars universe. Where you- don't know. You don't know.
My strategy now is to make you all.
Oh my god, a stench cow. It's like the most uncreative
cow.
name.
Like for the first few questions, you were all like, "Oh, how does David react?" And now you know that I have no power. So
Maybe it's Chelsea. What does Chelsea think?
Why would I say?
Locking in your answers, and we're going to reveal the answers in
I'm
3,
playing right.
2, 1. Reveal. We have a false from Bunny, a false from Chelsea, and a false from David. The stench cow is, in fact, a real monster.
Oh my god!
Come on, get
Look
better
it
with
up.
your name.
Mordenkainen's
Cows aren't monsters.
Wait,
It's
no.
just a cow. It's smelly.
Mordenkainen's Tomophos, the stench cow.
Oh my god, get better writers. Sorry, wizards. Sorry.
Stench cow.
That
I
your
love it.
st- your
I love
monster's
a good.
terrible.
I love a good stench cow. The next monster on the list is called a Phenerex. A Phenerex. Phenerex is an intelligent, twin-tailed fox native to the Feywild.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
They often serve as messengers for the Fey Lords due to their amazing speed and stealth. Phenerex.
No. I mean,
so,
yes.
So
Yes.
some monsters, there's have been hardly any descriptions relating to them to D&D. This one had one.
Yeah,
So
nothing we talk about is gonna matter.
they're all. I think Steve has already thought about like, oh, I need some that have less descriptions that are real, and more ones that have more descriptions.
I think
that are
it's
fake.
just- he just-
and then some in between. So
I think-
there's no pattern.
Yeah, I think there's nothing.
We're trying to figure out
There's-
Steve's brain of how he put the questions together, and you're
It
actually
always turns to game theory.
yeah.
I'm just listening to the descriptions of the monsters.
And Steve's an a-hole, so obviously.
All right,
It's
well,
true.
Phenerex, locking in your answers, and we are going to reveal the answers in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We have a false from Bunny, false from Chelsea, false from David. The Phenerex, the twin-tailed fox, is in fact false. Point
Oh,
for
I knew it.
everyone.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
just keep saying
Sonic
just
the
keep
Hedgehog.
saying
Sonic the
false.
Hedgehog.
Yeah, it's two-tailed fox.
Miles per hour.
Just keep. Isn't that weird?
Oh.
Did anyone ever realize that?
When as a kid, I just thought it was like emotion on the Sonic
crazy.
2 manual. I didn't think he had two tails.
No,
until
I mean
read
his
about it.
name.
Oh.
Tails of Fox.
I
Next
thought he had
monster on the list. Next monster is called an Empyrean. An Empyrean.
Wait, what about his name?
Isn't it Miles?
His name is Miles, but his nickname is Tails because he's.
Well, it's isn't it Miles? It's miles per hour. right?
Miles per hour.
Miles per hour.
Miles
I
per
didn't know that.
hour. Empyrean. An Empyrean is a celestial child of the gods. They are universally beautiful, statuesque, and self-assured.
Oh gosh, it sounds like
Empyrean.
sounds so real.
Stop looking at my cards. I saw you looking.
It's not gonna help us.
Oh, it isn't it?
Any of this stuff is plausible. That's the problem.
Current score is Chelsea 12,
You know what-
David 6.
You know what it
Bunny
should have been done
5.
is descriptions from a different system. Then it would be.
Empyrean, celestial child of the gods, locking in your answers and revealing in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We have a true from Bunny, true from Chelsea, and a false from David. You waited until the last minute.
No,
An Empyrean is, in fact, an actual monster from Dungeons and Dragons.
Why did you make it look like
Chelsea.
I was changing my mind? I
Bunny.
knew I'm doing false for every single
Hey,
one.
I want to hear the scores. Okay, calm down.
Chelsea has 13, David has 6, Bunny has 6. It's a race for second place now, it seems.
There's no race for second place. You either win or you go home.
We're gonna.
If we ever want another bloodbath on the podcast, I think we know to invite
You know what?
Steve.
This would have been if Chelsea wasn't here. If you had work instead.
Welcome to our new podcast
Yeah.
format where we just yell at each other. You thought Lunch Machine was.
My
Healthy competition.
work got canceled. That's the only reason I'm here.
This is why I
today.
don't play Fortnite or any other competitive stuff.
Next monster on the list, we're gonna do 2 more regulars and then into the triple D&D bonus round.
All right.
This monster is called a Shocktopus. A Shocktopus. A Shocktopus is a cross.
Street Shark character.
A cross between an octopus and an electric eel. The Shocktopus can send jolts of electricity through its tentacles in order to paralyze its prey. Shocktopus.
Can I reference my monster manual? I have
Sorry,
one.
this is a closed booked test.
Okay.
We can use our phones. Right?
But hey, I wrote down all the answers on the back of my calculator,
Oh gosh, the
and the teachers never knew that I.
okay,
wrote down the formulas.
Sharktopus. It sounds like something out of like a B movie
Shocktopus.
that you see at Blockbuster or something. But like it's, but at the same time,
Why?
Stench
Owlbear.
cow.
Come on, owlbear.
Why?
What is that?
Why do
Shocktopus.
they make you memorize formulas for math tests? Like you'll ever be in a situation where you can't look up the formula. Like they should let you.
Because it helps you realize which formula you need.
Nope. Never. Not even without the internet.
Shocktopus. We are going to lock in our answers and choose if Shocktopus is true or false. And we are going to reveal in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We have trues from across the board. Shocktopus is a Shocktopus. Everybody says it's true. The Shocktopus is actually false.
Oh!
Totally made up because it sounds real cool.
But you wouldn't be able to tell because
Stench
cow.
Stench cow. I
Because
was like,
not all
okay.
D&D monsters are created by the same people.
You're right.
So you get some ones that are like,
You get some
what?
throwaways.
Last
Get that
question.
sentient beach ball.
Last
every
question
once in a while.
before the final D&D bonus round.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Last
I can
question.
wager it all.
The last question is, or the last monster, sorry, is the Bumble Bird. The Bumble Bird.
Well, the Shocktopus wasn't.
Is a cross between a hawk and a bee. The bumblebird is a feathered monstrosity with avian wings and an insectoid abdomen, complete with poisonous stinger. Contrary to its name, the bumblebird is able to sting repeatedly. Bumblebird.
I don't know.
Game theory. Gotta think about this. Think about Steve.
Bumblebird.
Think about all those
What a
times-
terrible monster.
If
Think
you
about all
haven't
those-
played Buck Bumble on the N64, fun game.
Think about all those times that Steve was like, Sharktopus, or whatever he said, Sharktopus. Just think about that. Oh, it's just so
Bumblebird.
fun. Get into his brain.
Going to lock in your answers, and we are going to reveal the answers in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We have a false from Bunny, a true from Chelsea, and a false from David.
Chelsea's
The
gonna be right.
Bumblebird is, in fact, false.
Aha! I'm on to his game now. And
Chelsea got one
that's two
wrong.
questions.
Bunny got one right. David got one right.
I'm seeing a pattern now, Steve.
The
I'm
current
in your
scores.
head.
Good thing
How's
the
it feel?
pattern is broken now because we are going to go into the final D&D bonus round. The current scores stand at Chelsea 13, David 7, Bunny 7. So it's still a tie for second place. This is the final D&D bonus round. Once again, it is going to be a multiple choice question. This is a real monster, and you're going to choose the monster.
Should we shake
from a
each other's
list.
hands? Wish good luck. Good luck.
No.
You can wager
Oh,
up
Okay.
to
No, you had your chance.
You can wager up to your total amount of points, should you so desire.
Chelsea
If
and
you
I-
lose, you lose those points. If you win, you gain those points on top of your current score. So, Chelsea, you have 13 points. How many points do you wish to wager?
5.
5 points. Wow. A gambit Chelsea is
Yeah.
doing. David, you
All
have
of them?
7 points.
All of them?
All of them for David.
Well, you said I could only do 2, right?
In the last one, you could only do half, but now you can do up to all of them because it's the final round.
Yeah, I'm either going home. Or
Bunny, you have 7 points. How many do you wish to wager?
2.
2 points.
Oh, you just want
Playing it
second
smart.
place.
All right. Chelsea is wagering 5. David is wagering all 7. Bunny is wagering 2. This monster. This monster. From beneath the ice and snow bursts this creature in a cloud of steam, its body pulsing with internal fire. Wing-like fins protrude from the back of the creature's head, and its wide mouth brims with jagged teeth. Arctic predators, these creatures live in Arctic climes, preying on elk, polar bears, and other creatures sharing their territory. They cannot tolerate warm weather, having adapted to the cold by generating a furnace-like heat within their bodies.
Oh, what's it called again?
The choices are, for this Arctic predator, the choices are A. Remoras, B. Mimic, C. Yuan Ti, D. Glabrezu. A. Remoras, B. Mimic, C. Yuan Ti, D. Glabrezu. Decide your answers, and I'm going to go one by one. The tension. You can cut it with a butter knife.
intense.
And we are going to start with the current leader on the board, Chelsea. What is your answer, A, B, C, or D?
That's a hard one, so I'm going to say C.
C. Chelsea chooses C, Yuan Ti. David, what is your answer?
It's either C or D. Which one did Steve? Actually, I think all these are names from something. So I'm gonna say C because that's what my first
C,
name.
Yuan Ti as well. C. Last on the board, Bunny. What is your answer?
See, I was gonna go with C, but if they get it wrong, I need to get it right. So, because that one seems really good, but I've heard the name before, and I'm like, that might be throwing me off. So I'm
All
gonna
these-
go with D.
D.
All these are names.
Bunny
They're all
goes
real,
with
I think.
Bunny goes with B. D. Sorry, D. Glabrezu.
Bunny goes with B, mimic.
This
The treasure chest.
D&D monster, this Arctic Predator, a huge snake-like creature with fins and jagged jaws.
I just want you to know that I won't be your friends anymore, and you have to move out.
The
if I
correct answer to this question is, in fact, A. Remores. Everybody
Oh,
got it
God.
wrong.
The one that
I
I-
was choosing between A and C.
I was like, "There's no way it's a remorse."
Now I have to do a little bit of math because Chelsea loses 5
Ah.
points.
See, I
Wait, does that mean-
I had encountered a Remores before, but I didn't know what it was.
Final score of Chelsea
Oh,
is 8.
no.
David, final score of 0, unfortunately. And Bunny, final score of
It didn't change anything.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5.
I think
So I came in second.
Bunny
We're still staying in the
gets
same
5 points. The current scores at the end of the D&D or Falsity trivia game. The leader, Chelsea, with 8 points. Second place, Bunny with 5 points. And in third place, David, who wagered it all and came out on the bottom with 0 points.
That was fun, Steve.
Yay.
We should do more games like
Yeah.
this.
Okay, I
Thank
just
you for
want to
joining
say,
us for D&D or Falsity, featuring Stephen Agretti from Dynamite D&D. Make sure you tune in to
You like
twitch.tv/Dynamite
that
D&D to watch the live stream and find all these monsters in a real game setting.
humans create competitive things. It's not a fight. It's not a survival mechanism. Isn't it weird that we do stuff like that? We make competitive video games and stuff like that just because we're trying to get towards our animalistic tendencies.
Healthy competition is healthy sometimes.
You're right. Let's just battle
Let's do
royale
this
this,
again.
and or
I'm
what-
just
Friendships
saying.
will end.
let's lure the flies that up in here.
I created this game for a different podcast, actually. Curly, who is part of the Dynamite D&D team, has his own podcast called DKG Whelp. I encourage you to go look it up. I played it on his podcast, so if you're curious to see how he did against his co-host, Kaz, tune in to DKG Whelp, available on all your podcasting
Can you tell us
services.
how you came up with the Dynamite D&D name?
Dynamite D&D is actually a funny, weird story. Curly has his own Twitch channel, which is called Drunk Kids Gaming, and the joke is that we think he's never going to get partnered on Twitch because his name is Drunk Kids Gaming. And so for a time, we were talking about rebranding his channel, and we're thinking, oh, we could keep the DKG moniker, but what could we change Drunk to? And he's like, oh, I don't know, maybe we could be Dynamite Kids Gaming. And I'm like, that's actually really good. Curly, I'm going to keep that in the back of my head. And then when this D&D idea came around, that idea surfaced and it's like, Dynamite. That's a good word.
There you go.
Dynamite D&D.
I like the little fuse you got in the beginning too.
Kaboom! Feel it.
Check it out, guys. It's cool.
Sweet.
Well, we always come to that point in the show when your commute's at an end, your hour-long commute, and here's where we're gonna what's the word of singing? Like serenade you off into your next podcast, whatever that might be. So, can I sing it this time?
Yeah.
Cool.
You just do your harmonies.
Sure. Okay.
For the chorus, because
Unless you want Steve to sing it.
Nope, we don't want that. Nobody wants that.
Okay.
It's a podcast from Steam, powered to life. It's the Bennettarium. Oh, we had a lot of fun today with our friend Steve on the Bennettarium. Oh boy, it's the Bennettarium. Don't speed, be kind, and don't give people the finger on the road. We gotta share it.
Woo! And that's a podcast.
And then I
Alright.
don't edit this part of the video, so
That wasn't me. Like nothing happened to me. I just thought everyone should probably be aware. Like, let's be a little nice to each other.
Thanks
on
for
the
joining
road.
us, everybody.
We all have to be on the road, so
It's been
you know,
fun.
Let's just all hug each other. Not literally, because we're
Dynamite D&D.
we're in these masses of moving metal,
Woo.
but
Steam powered
you
direct.
better not cut this off. This is like heartwarming information.